North Carolina pre-trip inspection for your exam. First, you're gonna mention the 3 ID lights, 2 clearance lights, and 2 turn signals. You always wanna make sure that there's properly mounted and secure, no crack, broken, or damage. They amber in color and they work when needed. We have 2 headlights, properly mounted and secure, no crack, broken, or damage, clear in color, and work when needed. Then you're gonna look underneath the tractor for any puddles or leaks. You're gonna look both sides of the tractor and the trailer. Make sure it's not leaning. You're gonna mention that if it's leaning, it could be because of your load has been shifted, you have a broken suspension, or you can have a flat tire. Then you're gonna open the hood. We have it open already. You're gonna walk to the passenger side. We're gonna have an overview of the engine. Make sure everything is properly mounted and secure. The hoses, they don't have any abrasion, bulges, or cuts. You don't see any visible leaks. Since we are here on this specific tractor, I'm gonna check more for my alternator. It's properly mounted and secure, no crack, broken, or damage. And you're gonna mention that it's belt driven. See how it's belt driven. My wire and my belt is not frayed or damaged. And my belt can be pulled no more than 3/4 of an inch. Also, since I'm here, I'm gonna check my exhaust. My exhaust all the way down. My exhaust mounts, it's properly mounted and secured. There's no crack, broken, or damage. And my exhaust mount, they support the weight of the exhaust itself. My heat shield cover, properly mounted and secure, no crack, broken, or damage, no missing. My exhaust pipe underneath right here, properly mounted and secure, no crack, broken, or damage. I don't see any soot trails. That will indicate my exhaust is probably leaking. That will be for the passenger side. Then I'm gonna walk to the driver's side. On my driver's side, I'm gonna start from the top. My coolant tank reservoir, my hoses, my wires, they're properly mounted and secure. There's no crack, broken, or damage. There's no leaking. My oil, my level is between minimum and full. My cap is in place, it's not missing. It's properly mounted and secure, and it's not leaking as well. I'm gonna go to my water pump. My water pump and hoses, properly mounted and secure. No crack, broken, or damage, no leaking. And also this one is belt driven, so my belt is no fray or cut. Can be pulled no more than 3/4 of an inch. My oil dipstick, properly mounted and secure, no crack, broken, or damage. It's not leaking. And then I will have to check my level. It should be between add and full. And also my cap for to refill my oil is not missing. It's properly mounted and secure, and I don't see any leaks around. My air compressor and hoses, they properly mounted and secure. There's no crack, broken, or damage. I don't hear any audible leaks, and my air compressor is gear driven. I'm gonna move to my power steering. First, my reservoir power steering fluid and hoses, properly mounted and secure, no crack, broken, or damage, no leaking. My caps are in place, no missing, properly mounted and secure, no leaking. My fluid level between minimum and fill or add, maximum, minimum, and maximum. All right, my power steering rod, my U-joints, my gearbox, hoses properly mounted, secure, no crack, broken, bent, or damaged, no illegal welds. My U-joints properly greased. My gearbox and hoses also no leaking. I don't see any leaks for the any liquid or anything, fluid. My pitman arm, my drag link, 2 castle nuts. The castle nuts secure with cotter pin, so they're all properly mounted, secure, no crack, broken, bent, damaged, no illegal welds. I'm gonna move to my 2 spring mounts, one in the front, one in the back. Properly mounted, secure, no crack, broken, or damage. My lift springs, my U-bolts, my shock absorber on the top and on the bottom. It's properly mounted, secure, no crack, broken, bent, damage, no illegal welds. My shock absorber is, I don't see any leaks. And then my lift springs, I don't see anything broken. They're not missing or they're not shifted more than 1/4. Then I'm gonna move to my brake chamber, my C-clamps and my hoses, properly mounted, secure, no crack, broken, bent, damage. I don't hear any leaks. My slack adjuster, push rod, push pin, cotter pin, properly mounted, secure, no crack, broken, bent, or damage. My slack adjuster is at a 90-degree angle, and my push rod can't pull more than 1 inch when my brakes are released. I'm gonna move to my brake drum and lining, properly mounted, secure, no crack, broken, bent, damage, no illegal welds. It's free of grease and debris. My lining is, I don't see any discoloration from high heat, and it's not excessively worn. My 2 sides of my rim, inner and outer side, it's properly mounted, secure, no crack, broken, bent, damage, no illegal welds. My lug nuts, they're all present, they're not missing. They properly mounted and secure. I don't see any residue of rust or shiny thread. That will indicate probably a loose lug nut. My hub seal, properly mounted, secure, no crack, broken, bent, damage, no leaking. To check my level of my fluid, I will have to take this rubber cap and stick my finger to the first knuckle. If it had a glass window, I will look through the glass window. My 3 sides of the tire on this case, properly mounted, secure. I don't see any abrasions, bulges, cuts. The minimum thread depth for this front tire should be 4/32 of an inch, and it should be evenly worn. Now my tire has to be inflated to specifications. My valve stem is properly mounted, secure, no crack, broken, or damage. You have a dust cover in place, and I don't hear any leaks. After that, I'm gonna move to my side of my tractor. I'm gonna check for this marker light, properly mounted, secure, no crack, broken, or damage, and it's amber in color and it's work when needed. My mirror mount and my mirror, properly mounted and secure, no crack, broken, or damage. My mirror itself, no crack, broken, or damage. My door latches, one on the outside, one on the inside. My door hinges and my window, properly mounted and secure, no crack, broken, or damage. My door hinges support the weight of my door, it's not loose. My weather seal, one on the door, one on the cab, is properly mounted and secure, is not damaged or missing, and it prevents the CO2, carbon monoxide, to go inside the cab. My grab handles, one here, one in the back. My steps, all my steps, and also my catwalk, they're all properly mounted and secure, no crack, broken, bent, damage, and they support the weight of the driver. My safety equipment, I see my fire extinguisher is properly mounted and secure. It's not cracked, broken, or damaged, and is filled correctly to the green line. It should have the safety pin in place, and it should be 5 BCs for regular cargo, regular freight, and 10 BCs for hazmat. I should have at least 3 bi-directional triangles, and I should have a fuse box with every fuse that my tractor uses, unless my tractor is equipped with circuit breaker. I'm going to move along to my fuel tank. It's properly mounted secure. It's no cracked, broken, bent, damaged. My fuel tank cap is properly mounted secure. No crack, broken, or damage. You should have, if I take it out, you should have a rubber seal inside. My cap around and my tank itself is not leaking. My wires and hoses, they're no frayed or damaged. They're not leaking. They're properly mounted and secure. My saddle straps and my rubber grommets, they properly mounted and secure. They're no crack, broken, or damaged. They support the weight of the tank. My rubber grommets itself, they prevent metal to metal contact. The back of my cab, I have my DOT tape, visible and clear, and it's not missing. I have my utility lights, properly mounted and secure, no crack, broken, or damage. They clear in color and work when needed. I have my 2 air lines, properly mounted and secure, no freight or damage, no abrasions, bulges, or cuts for my airlines. Properly mounted and secured to the trailer. My glad handles, I don't hear any leaks on the hoses or the glad handles. If I take the hoses, I should have a rubber seal on the side of the trailer, and then my hose, and there should be no abrasions, bulges, or cuts on the rubber seal. Again, no, I don't hear any leaks. My electric line, no freight or damage, and it's safely secured to the tractor with the safety latch, and it's safely secured to the trailer with the safety latch. I don't see any, I think I said that already, no freight damage, no exposed wires. On any of these lines is not dragging into the catwalk of the tractor. My frame, my cross members, my drive shaft, my 2 U-joints, one in the front, one in the back, one in the front. They're all properly mounted and secure. There are no crack, broken, bent, or damaged. They don't have any illegal welds or any illegal drill holes. My U-joints are properly greased. My torque rod is properly mounted and secure. No crack, broken, bent, damaged, and I don't see any illegal welds. My brake chamber right here, C-clamps and hoses, no crack, broken, bent, damage. I don't hear any leaks from the hoses, any air coming up. My slack adjuster on the bottom, push rod, push pin, slack adjuster, push rod, push pin, and cotter pin, properly mounted and secure, no crack, broken, or damage. My slack adjuster is at a 90-degree angle, and my push rod can be pulled more than 1 inch when my brakes are released. My spring mount in the front, properly mounted and secure, no crack, broken, or damage. On the back of this one, I actually have a airbag. I don't see any abrasions, bulges, or cuts. I don't hear any leaks. My leaf springs, my U-bolts, and my shock absorber, they're all properly mounted and secure. No crack, broken, bent, damage, no illegal welds. My shock absorber, I don't see any leaks. My leaf springs, there are no broken, missing, or shifted more than 1/4. My brake drum and lining, properly mounted secure, no crack, broken, bent, damage, no illegal welds, free of grease and debris. My lining it doesn't have any discoloration from high heat, and it's not excessively worn. My 4 sides of my rim, on this case because it's a dual tire, so 4 sides of my rim properly mounted secure, no crack, broken, bent, damage, no illegal welds. In between of my butt rims, I don't see any daylight and I don't see any debris. They're free of debris. My lug nuts, they're not missing. They properly mounted secure. There are no crack, broken, or damage. I don't see any residue of rust or shiny thread. That will indicate I'll probably have a loose lug nut. My axle seal, properly mounted secure, no crack, broken, or damage, no leaking. Now, if this one is leaking, I will take to a mechanic. It needs to be fixed. My 6 side of the tire, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't see any abrasions, bulges, or cuts. The minimum tread of this tire, it should be 2/32 of an inch. My tire is evenly worn, and both of my tires are inflated to specifications. I will check with the tire gauge. My 2 stamps, valve stamps, properly mounted secure, no crack, broken, or damage. They have a dust cap in place, and I don't hear any leaks. I will check this side of the tires the same I did with this one. So now I'm gonna look underneath my apron and my fifth wheel, my skid plate, properly mounted secure, no crack, broken, bent, damage, no illegal welds, free of rust and properly greased. I don't see any gap in between my fifth wheel and my apron. My release arm, properly mounted secure, no crack, broken, or damage, and then it's in the lock position. My platform and my bolts, properly mounted secure, no crack, broken, bent, damage, no illegal welds, no additional drill holes. My lug nuts, my lug nuts are all present. They're not loose. My fifth wheel locking pin is properly mounted secure, and then it's in the lock position. There's no crack, broken, or damage. I'm gonna look underneath the tractor. My kingpin and my locking jaws properly mounted secure, no crack, broken, or damage, and the locking jaws is locking the kingpin around the shank. The tail of my tractor, the lights and any other reflector, they're properly mounted secure. There are no crack, broken, or damage. They're red in color and then work when needed. They can be tested using the REST method, which is running, emergency stop, and turn signals. My mud flap and mount, properly mounted secure, no crack, broken, or damage. DOT tape clear and visible, and it's not dragging to the floor. If it's dragging to the floor, that will indicate probably my cargo has shifted. I have a broken suspension, or can have a flat tire. Then I'm gonna move to the trailer itself. My bulkhead and sides of my trailer, I don't see any crack, broken, bent, or damage. It's all straight. I don't see an excessive missing of rivets. My clearance light on top, properly mounted secure, no crack, broken, or damage, amber in color and work when needed. My trailer frame, bottom, top, all straight, no crack, broken, bent, damage. I don't see any missing rivets all along the trailer. My DOT tape is clear and visible in at least 50% of my trailer. Underneath my trailer, my floor, I don't see any holes. All my cross members, these are my cross members. They're properly mounted secure, no crack, broken, bent, or damage, no missing, no illegal welds. my landing gear, and my elephant feet properly mounted and secure. No crack, broken, bent, or damage. No illegal welds. And my landing gear feet, my elephant feet, they support the weight of my trailer. My crank handle properly mounted and secure. No crack, broken, bent, damage. No missing. And it should be working in high and low gear. Moving around right here to the middle, I have my marker light and turn signal properly mounted and secure. No crack, broken, or damage. Amber in color and work when needed. My airlines underneath the trailer going to the back, properly mounted and secure. I don't see any abrasions, bulges, or cuts. I don't hear any leaks. And then had to be at least 18 inches of the floor properly secured. My sliding tandems, my release arm, and my locking pins properly mounted and secure. No crack, broken, bent, or damage. And they're in the lock position. One in the front and one in the back. They're in the lock position along with the handle. I have my brake chamber, C-clamps, and hoses properly mounted and secure. No crack, broken, bent, or damage. I don't hear any audible leaks. On the back, I have my slack adjuster, push rod, push pin, and cutter pin properly mounted and secure. No crack, broken, or damage. I should be at the 90-degree angle, and my push rod can be pulled no more than 1 inch when my brakes are released. My spring mounts, one in the front, one in the back. My leaf springs itself, and my 2 U-bolts properly mounted and secure. No crack, broken, bent, damage, and I don't see any illegal welds. My leaf springs, there are no broken, missing, or shifted more than 1/4. My brake drum and lining properly mounted and secure. No crack, broken, bent, or damage. No illegal welds. They should be free of grease and debris. And my lining should be no excessively worn, and it should have no discoloration from high heat. My 4 sides of my rim, 1, 2, 3, and 4, properly mounted and secure. No crack, broken, bent, or damage, and no illegal welds. In between of my butt rim, it should be no daylight, and it should be no debris. My lug nuts, not missing, properly mounted and secure. No crack, broken, or damage. No residue of rust or shiny thread that could indicate a loose lug nut. My hub seal, properly mounted and secure. No crack, broken, or damage. Should be no leaking. This one is leaking right here. To check the level of the fluid, I should go through the glass window. In this case, I will take this rubber cap, stick my finger to the first knuckle. My 6 sides of the tire, I don't see any abrasions, bulges, or cuts. The minimum thread depth for this one, it should be 2/32 of an inch. They should be evenly worn, and they should be inflated to specifications. And I will check with the tire gauge. My 2 valve stamps, properly mounted and secure. No crack, broken, or damage. No leaking. They have a dust cover in place. I will check this side of set of tires the same I did to this one. I don't have any one but ABS light or marker light, properly mounted and secure. No crack, broken, or damage. Amber or red in color and work when needed. My mud flap and mount, properly mounted and secure. No crack, broken, or damage. No dragging to the floor. If it's dragging to the floor, can indicate my load has been shifted, a broken suspension, or a flat tire. Moving back to the overall view of my back of the trailer, my ID lights, my tail lights, and any other reflector, properly mounted secure. No crack, broken, or damage. Red in color and work when needed. They can be tested using the REST method. Running, emergency stop, and turn signal. My door is properly mounted secure. No crack, broken, or damage. My door latch and the handle properly mounted secure. No crack, broken, or damage. On this case, I have a rolling door, so I need to have at least one guide wire, and it can't be frayed or damaged. My DOT tape on the top, on the bottom, clear, visible, and not missing. Then I will walk to this side of my trailer. I will check this side of the trailer, and I don't need to check anything else on the tractor, but this side of the trailer I will check the same I did to the other side, and I will mention any differences.